There's Ben Werling, P6489, on behalf of Mr. Talukdar. To my right, your name, sir?
Talukdar.
So, Judge, I've reviewed everything. I think I'm getting a better picture of this. My job today is to convey that to the court. First of all, we were grateful for the opportunity to do this sort of testing from the beginning of the case. I think this has been going on since at least March, or maybe.
You hit the nail on the head. This is so different from what I would ever be okay with.
Sure, and I did explain that to him in my career, that doesn't happen all the time. He also has never been through this before, so he doesn't know any different. But from checking in with him, I know that he has been testing. He did create this this paperwork in the beginning, and he sent it to me when it started. He asked Mr. Werling, "Is this work?" I said, "This is great. You came up with this, perfect." So he's been testing there, Your Honor, but keeping in mind that they're not a testing center. The police have been, some of them have been more accommodating than others, but he goes, nonetheless, it's given a lot of structure, given the fact that he's not working right now and some other things I'll get into. So he has been going, Judge. Some of their signatures have been more legible than other signatures. But what he indicated to me is that, yeah, there is no Officer Jenkins. There was some other officer that used some sort of chicken scratch, and when he put it into his scanner, which is some sort of AI, it basically did that all on his own, and then he sent that in, Your Honor, and then he doesn't have the originals for whatever reason. But he would never be so bold to insult the intelligence of Your Honor or the probation department to commit some sort of fraud or pull the wool over the eyes of the court. He's been checking in with me. This is somewhat unfortunate, but he's never been through anything like this, and there haven't been many guardrails, but he's been doing it when he gets called to do it, because the issue in the beginning is he didn't have a driver's license. So he lives close to that PD station. He's also been doing the in the rooms, which he's been getting intake from. But this is some sort of technological thing where the AI kind of basically identified some kind of chicken scratch from an officer, because it's not a testing facility, and then he just kind of ran with it. He didn't realize until after the fact it looks like a doctor. But he'll go under oath under the penalty of perjury, knowing his freedoms at stake, that he, in fact, has been testing. His parents are here. He's from a Muslim household. Look, first of all, he doesn't have any income, doesn't have any transportation. He lives at home. It's a Muslim household. There's no alcohol. Not to say it's outside the realm of reality for him to be drinking, but he would take a hair test, nail test. He would do an ETG. He's not been drinking. He's going to go under oath. I know this looks bad, but it's not. He doesn't know who all the officers are when he goes in there. He's just grateful that they take his test. He may be able to explain the technological part better than I can.
I mean, what kind of proof do you have? This was created by you. All right, this is useless to me now.
No, 100% I understand. I mean, I tried as much as I could. Like, I didn't make another one of those sheets just because, like, I didn't like have any printer or toner or anything to be able to print it out on my own. I tried to go to the library right next to the police department and print it out myself, but they ended up charging me like some money to do it. It's petty change, but I just didn't have it on me. So I went there. Can I approach, or is this kind of weird? Like, you can see, like, from this
approach with that.
Yes.
Like, I've been doing everything I possibly can to try to get it done. And the issue with the beginning with me making the sheet in the first place was the officer told me that they didn't hear anything from the courts. And they ended up saying that we need something that looks official to be able to help you out in this case. I pleaded and I almost begged this man to like help me out, just give me anything. If you look on the back of that piece of paper, he literally just took an incident report and ended up writing it down for me. And I mean, if I'm looking at it like myself, like it almost looks ineligible, like not legible, like as
where, so this is June 19th and 21st. Where are the rest of these?
So all of my June papers, I had 2 of those PPP sheets that I had given you. The first one was all the way from March to May, and then the June one was like halfway done. The only
No. Where are these sheets? You gave us this.
That sheet.
Where are these?
That sheet I only got because I didn't make another one of those PPT sheets. They wouldn't originally give me anything in writing unless I had something that looked official, or I had given them something like they had heard from the courts themselves. That was the only like reason I had made the sheet in the beginning.
Okay, so but these aren't real signatures.
The original ones were. Which ones are you talking about?
I mean, you're telling me that every single signature on here was put on here by a warrant police officer.
Yes, Your Honor. The first signature followed a pattern is what I'm basically trying to
Tell
say.
me, look at the highlights. The first one was badge number 75. And then there's more with badge number 75. These are completely different individuals.
Mhm.
Exactly. So this stuff right here was I was the one handling this all this stuff. So after this, it just took it from like all of this is per piece. You know, to get the shit.
So explain to the court, well,
Your Honor, I'm not. With your kindness, your leniency, and your understanding is like not gone written in my books. As far as I know, I haven't tried to do anything as far as committing fraud or just making.
We're dancing around here. Let's get to the mechanics of the actual test. So if I'm you, I have a sheet.
Yes.
All right. I go in and test.
Yes.
I hand them the sheet.
Yeah.
To write their names by it.
Yeah.
All right. So are you telling me that those sheets, that sheet that you gave me, those names on there, those were signed by human beings, or were they produced by AI?
The original three were like.
I'm not talking about the original three. I'm talking about that one right there.
The rest of it followed a pattern. When I had scanned the paper, after it had been completed, it followed a pattern. I didn't notice until I had sent the email. Right after I sent the original email about the PDF, I had told them like, okay, this does not look right. And then I tried, and I said like, okay, I can send the raw versions of it because I was confident that I had them in this blue folder at home. When I got home, my room was like squeaky clean. I had like cousins coming over from Georgia. My mom had taken it upon herself to clean my room. And I went like through everything that I possibly could to find the raw unfiltered versions of them, but I didn't. The only reason I took the picture in the beginning was because once the sheet had originally been filled out, I did due diligence to take the picture because I knew that if something happened, at least I had backup. I even take pictures of the PBT results once the officer makes them.
Okay, so we're going to try this again. Now, what I'm less interested in is whatever answer that you just gave me. And I'm more interested in the answer to the question that I'm asking. All right? So listen carefully. And if I'm not explaining the question sufficiently, tell me you don't understand it. This sheet,
Right.
Okay, this sheet, I'm asking you, are the names on this side, are they signatures that were placed there by actual human beings? Yes or no?
That's a scanned version of it. But the original, yes, they were.
So you're telling me that that you had an original document, that you scanned it in to email it to us?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that the process of scanning it in changed the signatures?
It used AI, is what I'm saying.
Who used AI?
The PDF scanner has a built-in AI system in it just to make sure that it looks good.
So then how can you explain to me then why the signatures look different from the very first line, all right? So the very first highlighted Officer Jenkins to the other four. So based on what you're telling me, this PDF scanner thing should have changed all of the signatures.
Your Honor, I don't think the first one says Jenkins at all.
It says badge number 75.
is the badge number right? I mean,
So I'm just curious why why this AI scanner capacity changed 4 out of the 5.
Honestly, Your Honor, I'm really not sure. When I took the picture, I scanned it, saved it right to my camera. I didn't look at the picture or anything.
Great, so you have it in your camera roll.
Yes.
All right, let's take a look.
My phone is in the car right now.
Good, go get it.
Excuse me.
So we're going to approach this. Right.
Check, okay.
Yeah, come on.
I think you said it best. Make that one. And that's been destroyed, I mean, that's,
Yeah, that's.
You just have pictures of that?
Almost filled out all the way to the bottom.
I don't know when you sent me that. The data. You're saying that once your scanner saw it, it just took over?
That original paper, when I sent it to you, I was sending it to you as I was doing it. And then like I ended up, was like, okay, we'll just take one picture once it filled out. So once it was filled out, I sent it out.
All right, so take your phone. Just get it
That was
report officer.
April 6th.
Open it to the thing you want to see. I'm only gonna look at what you want me to see.
It's dead on your side.
Your phone is dead?
Yeah. Probably just. So it says super. It uses a light. I have a light.
Do you have a light in the other room?
That's the exact same.
So it looks like it's white. That was the original. It's actually white. Like up 75.
See, but here's the thing. It could be what he's telling me right now. I don't know why that would be, but it could be what he's telling me right now, or it could be somebody who take the first 5 that you just shown, that you were the one you just showed me, and basically said, recreate, for testing dates, all the rest of these testing dates, recreate a PBT testing log for me using those signatures that are there.
Your Honor, if I may, there's very strict rules as far as like AI use. Like if it's anything to like forge a government or anything that looks like an official document, they won't allow it. They won't ever go through.
This is not exactly what my understanding is.
This is a super confusing issue right now.
Well, it's actually not quite that confusing. It's relatively simple on my end, which is either you're lying or you're telling the truth. It's about as least complicated as it gets.
I understand.
This was
Okay, he's gonna have to. Press it back. See it.
I don't want to interrupt your train of thought. There is that same officer that it's very scribbled, but it says 75. Not, it wouldn't be Jake, it's like white.
Do you have the other? I gave you 2 documents, counsel. Do you have the other one? I think that's in your home.
Just a small.
No, that one right there.
I think I have those.
Okay. There you go. You can take your phone. counsel. The court does not have sufficient evidence to demonstrate compliance with the PBT testing. I have a number of options at my disposal at this point in time. I can revoke his bond, that way I know for sure he's not drinking. I can put an alcohol tether on. I can do a sober link device. There's a number of things at my disposal. I will hear any arguments you have, Mr. Open.
Judge, once again, I know you made your mind up. I do have that last piece of best evidence that went back from March 4th to March 27th, which my client would testify under oath would have been a completed form by the end of.
I accept you that. I 100% accept.
Sure.
The big issue is since March,
Right.
I can't trust any of this.
Sure. But I don't want there to be a painted impression, or we would dispute it till the end of time, that he was trying to come up with an officer white that was badge number 75. You were never trying to create a fictitious officer, correct, Mr. Topgar? So, Judge, with that all being said, that was my last remark. If the court would be so inclined, he has been in close communication with me about the testing since the inception of the case. I have a whole text history of it. He's been showing me pictures of 0 PBT results. I mean, that shows a lot to me, but I'm not the judge. We asked if the court would consider a sober link until this thing's over. The case should have been over with. That was our fault. We missed the PSI. It's back on track, but if the court would give us a chance, he doesn't have any track record of any other alcohol-related crimes. And I don't think he would bring his family members here to go along with some sort of fraud that he'd be trying to perpetrate on the government. I mean, the crime that he may have committed is he's not organized. He's never been through this before. He's going through a lot, like everybody else. And and it's uncharted territory for him. And maybe it was my fault that I didn't give him the attention that I should have and checked in with him more. The mother was very concerned. She called me at 6 in the morning today. She's been very concerned. I should have probably put guardrails on this one.
Bond is amended. He's to have an alcohol tether placed on his body within 48 hours. He also had a positive marijuana test, but we'll deal with that at sentencing.
Was that recent, Judge?
June 10th.
Oh.
But Mr. Werbling, I recognize you weren't aware of that, so I'm gonna give you plenty of time to work on that. But he needs to get an alcohol tether. I need to know around the clock that he's not using.
Yes.
I still. What's that?
I got an email about a physical copy of the AA meetings I'm attending after June 12th.
Yeah, just make sure to leave that with probation before you leave. But let's get a tether on it within 48 hours, all right?
Okay, Judge, I just said, are there different companies that you recommend, or we'll get
You can pop in downstairs before you
probational
leave.
time?
Probational time.